same soup, cooking it over, telling y'all about when the money go from sugar to dick, all type of things. Listen.
Hey guys, thanks for stopping by and checking out this video. I hope that it helps somebody out there, because this is very therapeutic for me to make. Actually, this whole series that I'm going to do, I think is going to be very therapeutic for myself. And I hope that it helps other women like myself who we hitting that middle age era, you know, and we're scared or we're worried, we about the unknown. Not necessarily that something's wrong or, you know, life is horrible, but just that, you know, it's the unknown and like, wow, I'm 40. So the title of this series is going to be Fuck, I'm 40. And I'm going to be hitting on a number of topics in each one of the videos. Today is June 7th. And so my birthday, my 40th birthday, is in 52 days. And yeah, I'm scared. I'm really scared, and the biggest reason that I'm scared of is because my 30s were, what wasn't a blur was horrible, because my grandmother passed away, my Nana passed away 3 months shy of me turning 30, and that was just that destroyed my world. That it really did. But we'll talk about that in another video. In this video, we're going to talk about fuck, I'm 40, and fat. Okay. So, one of my other scares about turning 40 is that, you know, they say your metabolism slows down and it's harder to lose weight and all this other stuff. Okay. So, I'm going to make a long story short because I'm going to talk about this in another video, but in 2013, I had gastric bypass surgery. I was 242 pounds. I got down to 147 pounds was my lowest weight. And obviously I don't weigh 147 pounds now. But, those were fun times. Being smaller was a lot easier. It was a lot of fun. You know, it was also a lot of stress because, like I said, I didn't have my grandmother. I lost her, you know, slightly before I turned 30. So I still was dealing with, you know, that side of things, as well as this weight loss thing. And so with weight loss surgery, one of the things that it eliminates for a short period of time is the hormone ghrelin. Ghrelin controls your hunger. But I think it ain't just ghrelin that it arrests. It's something else too. Along with the fact that I hadn't dealt properly. I didn't mourn properly my grandmother passing, but I think that I had added hormonal issues, and based on the way my skin was, Jesus Christ, based on how bad my skin had got, I know for a fact I had other hormonal issues other than just the ghrelin hormone that controls your hunger. Okay, so like I said, I had weight loss surgery. I had gastric bypass in 2013. I got down to 147 pounds in 2013. By 2016, my God sis got married in 2016, so 3 years later, I started putting back on weight. I was in August of 2016, because that's when my sister got married. I was 174 pounds. No, I'm sorry, I was like 176. And the week before she got married, I put myself on a strict diet because I had a size 10 dress and I was not getting it altered. So I knew I had to get back down to 170, between 165 and 170, right? And so my tool was still working. I had found a way around it. Like I said, I'm going to talk more about that whole weight, you know, more about the weight loss surgery and all that other stuff in a different video. But just to make a long story short, I found ways around, you know, my pouch, and I had started eating, and that's obviously how I started gaining weight again. But during that time to prepare for her wedding, because I knew I was going to be in that size 10 dress, yeah, I just worked out like crazy. I made sure I drank my gallon of water every day, made sure I wasn't eating a bunch of carbs and stuff, and boom, back down to 170, had my dress on, was good to go. Okay, so after my sister got married, well, first of all, so right after my nana passed away, then it was other stuff that started happening, and I started having issues with my friends, which also is that's going to be another video as part of the fuck I'm 40. That's going to be fuck I'm 40 now I have friends, right? But some stuff happened between me and my god sister, and my best friend was in the middle of it because she's both of our best friend, and it was crazy, and that kind of, you know, had me going away, along with my finances being crazy. It was just a lot. It was a whole lot. So like I said, I had gained weight, made sure I was back down to 170 so I could be in that size 10 dress for her wedding. And then after her wedding, I was like, all right, freak it, I ain't got nothing else to do. So I started eating again. I moved to Charlotte in 2017, and when I moved here, I was 190 pounds. So 1 year, I had put on 20 pounds. I got down to my first month here, I had got down to 185 because again, I said, no, I don't want to get back up there. That's too close to 200. Let me get myself together. And I just started running because I didn't have a gym membership just yet. I didn't know none of the parks or nothing like that. So I basically, it's like a cul-de-sac that I live in. My complex is in a cul-de-sac. So I just ran around. I figured out how many times around was a mile. And I would be, every day I would try to do at least a mile, but some days I would do 2 miles, and I would just run. And it was hot, and I'm in the South, so it was hot. Like this was some hot I had experienced before. But I got the weight back off of me. I had got down to like, I was teetering between 180 and 185, depending on, you know, what day it was. And then life hit again. And I was like, forget it. Was it November? Yes. Because it was just before Thanksgiving. No, I'm sorry. It was December because it was just before Christmas. Not just before Thanksgiving, just before Christmas. I had ended up finding a lake that I like to run to. But the air down here is different. It was warm. Like it wasn't cold. I'll put it that way. It wasn't by any means cold. But I guess it wasn't warm enough for me to be out running without a hoodie or something, or wrapping my neck up and stuff. And so I developed bronchitis, and I had an upper respiratory infection. Like I had a lot going on. Like this run took me out, and I just was like I literally would lose my breath trying to breathe. Like it was a mess. It was really bad. And so with that incident and the other stuff that was going on in my life, I just said, whatever. But I started to feel heavy. In the meantime, let me explain something to you. I like what I call a stripper body. So, and I'm built kind of weird anyway, because it's really the majority of my weight is in my lower body. It always, before surgery and after surgery. Now this after surgery look is a little weird, but my weight has always been down here, except for when I was really skinny. And I like what I call a stripper body. I like the big legs, the big booty. That didn't bother me, and that's why when I hit 170, I was like, oh, okay, cool. You know, I'm gonna put some pictures up here so you guys can see my transition, you know, between things. But then one day I was like, I started feeling heavy. I know I wasn't sick. Like I just felt heavy. And I got on the scale, and the scale said 202. Huh? Like, I was good with 190, 195. Like, as long as I was in Wonderland, I was fine. Scale said 202. Lost my mind. You know, I cried and I was upset with myself, but I said, okay, now let's get something done, right? Got the weight on back down. Got back down to my 190. Good to go. And I don't know where I lost it at. Between me always, like, you know, I'm being in a new place, and I ain't never ventured out to do a lot of the stuff that I should have been doing, sightseeing and exploring different places. Oh, but my fat ass was exploring food. And between missing home and, I don't know, just life, I just ate. And I say my pouch still works because on a normal day, I can eat a cup of food and be fine. So when I say that I found ways around it, my primary way around it was drinking. And not just get drunk. I just drink wine, but that is addictive as well. And for me, because I had gastric bypass surgery, that's one of the things that they tell you is that, you know, you got to be careful with your alcohol intake, because one of your intestines is disconnected. With that surgery, one of your intestines is disconnected and your stomach is made. They call it a stoma. It ain't even a stomach no more. They call it a stoma. And that's really, really small, right? And so your body is going to absorb that alcohol a lot faster than if you got a regular internal system, right? And so I drank the wine, I could eat the food. And that's what I started doing. Drink the wine, and you know, of course, alcohol makes you hungry. So I still was only able to eat small portions, but I could keep going back. Whereas to before, I couldn't keep going back. Like, if I don't drink, I literally could eat maybe 9, 10 o'clock in the morning and not even think about food till later on. So between the alcohol, which prevents your body from burning fat, and then me being inebriated, so I was able to tolerate foods that I can't tolerate when I'm not inebriated. Here we are now, and let's just say I'm over 200. I'm not where I was when I had surgery. But if I don't get my life together, yeah, it's looking real interesting. It's looking real obesity again. So, with me getting ready to turn 40, and you know, the whole your metabolism isn't the same, and all this other stuff. Also, a large majority of the women in my family, by the time they're 40, they've been diagnosed with diabetes. I particularly know I'm even at a higher risk for that because I had gestational diabetes with all of my children. When I was every pregnancy, I had gestational diabetes. So if I don't get myself together, I'm looking at diabetes, and I'm not here. I can't do that simply because I can't for the sake of my nana. If for nothing else, if I can't do it for nothing else, I can't, because my nana passed away. She actually had dementia, but it was diabetes onset. Her sugar had gotten to the point where she had been on insulin for years, and then her sugar had got to the point where her kidneys had started to fail, and she was on dialysis for maybe 3 years before she died. 2 or 3 years before she died, she was on dialysis, and all of this stuff was a result of diabetes. And so if I can't for nothing else, for the sake of my nana, like I can't disappoint her like that. So that's one. My second thing is my youngest daughter, who I swear is my Nana reincarnated, I promise you. She was actually, the last picture my Nana took, she was at the hospital visiting me, holding my baby. It was the day that I had my youngest daughter. And then my Nana actually passed away on my daughter's, her exact 2-month birthday is when my Nana passed away. And I promise you, from the way she smiled, to the way she walked, how short she, everything, it's my Nana reincarnated. I so believe that. But she's a lot like me. And my family, my parents or my Nana, because I was really, for the most part, I was raised by my Nana. I was with my mom and dad for a little bit, but for the most part, oh, excuse me, but for the most part, I was raised by my Nana. But nobody thought, looking at me like, okay, she's too big for her age. They just let me be, you know, they didn't feel like I was fat, so they just let me be. And that ended up not being such a good thing. But at 10, I see my youngest daughter the way that I look at my pictures at that age, and I look at her pictures and I say, yeah, no. And I look, you know, I look at her in general and I'm like, no, I know where this is going, but how can I be a fat mom telling my child, listen, we need to eat more vegetables. We got to get out and go outside. We're not going to sit here on this phone all day, on this iPad all day. We're going outside. We're going to do something. We just walk back and forth. We're going outside. But I can't make her do that, and I don't do it. Because I'm not that parent. I'm not going to do as I say, not as I do, or whatever. I want to be an example. I have to be an example. And this ain't the example body. So today I started the 5-day pouch test. I'll transition from the 5-day pouch test into modified green smoothie diet, which is green smoothies all day, 1 meal a day, and it'll probably be a salad and some type of protein, or a vegetable, a green vegetable and some type of protein. And then we'll see what happens. There are no gyms open where I'm at unless I go to South Carolina, which I'm not driving all the way to Rock Hill. I don't feel like it. So basically, like, I gotta do what I normally do. Because even with this weight, I'm not gonna say it's easy. It's not easy at all. But I can still run 5 miles. Like it's nothing. It don't bother me. I got up this morning. I only did 3 this morning because I knew I had other stuff I needed to get done today. And I didn't want to tire myself out. And I knew I had a lot of other stuff I needed to do, like a lot. So I did my 3 miles this morning, came home. I'll do my workout DVD tonight. And we're going to take this all the way to the 40th birthday and beyond. This year is also special for me because this year is actually my 7th year. August 28th is my 7th year surgery. And prior to me getting the surgery, when I was doing research and things like that, one of the things I seen is that a lot of the people that had the surgery done, they gained most, if not all, of the weight back. I don't want to be that statistic. I've gained a lot of weight back, but by the time I hit my 7-year surgery, I want to have a lot of that back off. I'm not going back down to 147. As you can see from those pictures, I was a little too small. That was not the stripper body. I was like, too small. I could see my veins in my neck. No, I'm good. So 160, 170 is safe for me. According to the BMI chart, I'm not supposed to be more than 140 because I'm only 5'3". However, 147, I looked at a little crackheadish to myself. So I know 140, nah, sis, nah. So my goal is like 160, 170. 160, I'm a size 8. 170, I'm a size 10. I'm good with 8s and 10s. I'm good with that. Especially at 40, I've had 4 babies. I'm good with that. So yeah, it's going to be a journey. But I'm excited. I'm scared Like I said about turning 40, I'm scared about getting this weight back off of me, but I know I can do it. And I think I called this video, fuck, I'm 40 and I'm fat. I'm 39 and I'm fat. By the time I'm 40, I'm going to be not so fat. I'm not going to kill myself and starve myself to death to drop that weight all at one time. But I am going to be very, very strict and very rigorous on myself. And, you know, I'm going to come back and give you guys updates, and we'll see what this looks like on the 40th birthday. 52 days. Guys, stay tuned for the next video in this series, Fuck I'm 40. And be amazing on purpose. Mwah.
I found love